Hello, my lovely friends. It's been a little while. Now, I've come on here today to show you some very simple ways to cleanse your tarot deck in between session. Okay, so if you're using your cards, never ever ever forget to cleanse your cards between sessions. What's going to happen is you'll have a little bit of fragmentation from the energy of the last question that goes into the next one. So I want to share with you a little story around really bad hygiene with somebody's deck of cards. It's a little bit of ethic and also 3 very simple ways for you to cleanse that deck. Okay, so if you don't already have them, please go and find your cards, bring them back. Okay? Now, if you're wondering why I am in the tool shed, it's because I live off grid. And tools are a happy place for me as well. So very spiritual but also very practical, and I like to fix things, including human beings as well as inanimate objects. So this is my home, a place that I live. Okay, so with your cards, we always want to cleanse in between. If you are relying upon the moon or the sun, what if you've got a reading after? Okay. Now, what if you've got 3 readings and you're using the same crystal? Now, I tell you what, darling, your crystal doesn't get to hold charge that much, especially if it's a little one. When we use our crystal to cleanse, it may absorb rather than transmute, and that crystal can lower in its own frequency. We want to keep the crystal charged as well. So you don't want to use a crystal if you've got consecutive readings. For the most part, most people don't have to do that, so you should be okay. But if you are using a crystal, just don't forget to charge it straight away. You know, your crystals are living beings and beautiful creatures of the spirit realm and the earth realm. So one really simple and effective way to clear that crystal after you've used it is to put it in a bowl of water. Now, water is a very healing substance from earth, and it carries energy and frequency that cleanses. So because rock comes from earth and water comes from earth, the two together, it can raise the frequencies and fully cleanse that crystal. But then the water is going to absorb all of the negativity as well. It's just part of the process. Sometimes it's nice to recycle energy, because when we can send negative energies or confused energies back into the universe rather than into a body of water, into a body of earth and crystal, it's sometimes kinder to the universe and to the earth if we can hand that to divine and go back into the recycling system of the universe. Just some of those ethics. Right, now I want to share with you this story about the really bad hygiene with a tarot deck. I met a guy and I was at a festival. Naturally, everybody at that festival was high as a kite, and he handed me his deck. Now, I can see energy. I'm highly attuned to energy. So, picking up that deck was insane. The acid that had touched that tarot deck was just all over the deck. I feel sorry for the cards when I find these kinds of energies on things, because our home has its own energy and frequency, and it has its own personality. So does every deck that you own. Every deck that you have has its own personality, as well as taking on a little bit of your energy so that you can work together. It's not just you using them, they're their own person. So it's not very kind. Anyway, it was the worst energy frequency I have ever touched on any spiritual object. I cleansed it and cleared it, and I just thought, bro, how do your readings go? I suppose nobody really kind of cares if you're high on acid and MDMA and you're just going to be blown away anyway, because the cards may not actually be as relevant as you think. So, let us always cleanse the deck. Now, when we're doing one question after the next, or a couple of questions, there are simple ways to cleanse the deck, okay? You got your deck? I hope you do. Alright? Say you've just put down your deck, and you've done a reading for yourself or for someone else. One that you may know is the knock, okay? In the energetic realm and the spiritual realm, if you can add more intention and more avenues into what you do, it will be more powerful. So, for example, using word, stating things in patterns 3 times, 4 times, 6 times, visualizing in your mind. Okay, we've got so many different powers that are going to add into this story when we're cleansing our tarot and our oracle. So when you knock, you're going to knock the question out, okay? And in your mind, you're stating that or imagining and visualizing that it's literally being knocked out. And the universe, hopefully, is going to recycle this energy, recycle the question out of the deck. Now, don't just give it 1 or 2. Say the reading that you've just done was quite heavy. Well, the energy and frequency of that is going to be heavily tuned in. Okay, I don't know if you've ever done this, but when you're in a bad place and you do a reading, you keep asking the same question, it gets quite sticky in there. Hey, so we want to give it a few knocks and visualize in your mind that it's being released. Okay, number 1. So please go ahead, just imagine in your mind, you can close your eyes, that there is white light. Every knock is shedding white light. And the question is being released. Okay? One very simple way to do a cleanse and a clear in between session. Number 2, I like this one. My teacher shared this one with me very, very long time ago. The blow. So you simply blow the question out from the cards. Now, I might just pick up the cards that I've laid down, and so that might be 2 or 3 or 5. And as I hold them, I'm going to blow and do the same thing. Again, I'm visualizing, I'm asking, and seeing that the energy is going to leave. That one's good. It's so simple. So simple. It's fantastic. Just don't blow it in people's faces. Maybe blow the other way. Okay. Cool. So those are 2 ways. Number 3. I ask that this question is released. Okay? Now, when I go to pick my deck up, every single time I pick my deck up, the first thing I do is shuffle. Alright? So I want you to shuffle with me. And hopefully you don't have any jumpers. Okay? And as you shuffle, I want you to ask for and imagine, visualize. Hopefully you guys are nice and protected. Sacred space all around you. And as you shuffle, I want you to visualize and imagine that there's white light going inside, and state in your mind or out loud, I ask the last question to please be shuffled out. Visualize white lights going in. Every time you shuffle, it is reshuffling the cards. Okay? So before I begin, usually when I'm talking with a client, a lot of you guys won't be working with clients, you'll just be doing this at home, but it is still a good practice. Hygiene is everything if you want clarity and clear answers. Don't ask the same question too many times. Like I said before, it's a person. Hopefully I said that before. Okay, so yeah, really simple. And when I'm talking with that client, that is usually when I am cleansing again. So even though I do it at the end, and I may knock the deck, or I may ask for white light to pass through my hands, even though I do that at the end of every session, I begin every session with clearing the deck. Okay, so those are some simple tools. Hopefully you like them. Which one's your favourite? I like the blowing. Okay, that's for you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And yeah, nice to be back.